Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0406 refers to a malfunction in the Exhaust Gas Recirculation (EGR) valve position sensor circuit, which indicates that the sensor is experiencing high voltage output. The EGR system plays a critical role in reducing nitrogen oxides (NOx) emissions generated during combustion by recirculating exhaust gases back into the engine's air-fuel mixture. This process lowers combustion temperatures, leading to reduced NOx emissions. The EGR valve position sensor monitors the valve lift's actual position and sends this data to the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. The PCM uses this information to ensure that the amount of exhaust gas recirculated aligns with the command value it has determined based on driving conditions. If the sensor output exceeds specifications for more than 2 seconds, the PCM identifies a problem and the DTC is triggered, indicating the need for further diagnosis and inspection. Preventive maintenance is crucial to ensure the longevity and functionality of the EGR system in your Honda Accord. Regularly scheduled inspections of the EGR system can help detect potential issues before they become serious problems. This includes checking the EGR valve, ensuring its cleanliness and functionality, as carbon buildup can obstruct its reliability. Additionally, monitoring and maintaining the EGR valve position sensor will prevent future high-voltage error codes from occurring. Keeping connections clean and free from corrosion will significantly reduce the risk of electrical issues, which could trigger DTCs. Establishing a regular maintenance schedule can make a significant difference in the performance and emissions of your vehicle. In conclusion, the identification and resolution of DTC P0406 related to the EGR valve position sensor is vital for maintaining the performance and regulatory compliance of the Honda Accord. Understanding the EGR system's function in reducing NOx emissions underscores its importance in an environmentally conscious automotive landscape. When faced with this DTC, prompt attention to the causes and symptoms is vital for restoring vehicle performance and ensuring compliance with emissions standards. Following the outlined troubleshooting steps diligently can lead to effective repairs and resolution of the issues. Implementing preventive maintenance practices will help mitigate future occurrences of these types of DTCs, contributing to the overall longevity and reliability of the vehicle. The EGR, Exhaust Gas Recirculation System, is essential for reducing oxides of nitrogen, NOx, a harmful emission produced during high combustion temperatures. This system works by recirculating inert exhaust gases into the combustion chamber, thereby lowering the overall combustion temperature and helping to minimize NOx emissions. The EGR valve position sensor's role is to accurately convey the position or lift of the EGR valve to the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, which then makes real-time adjustments to maintain optimal performance. The EGR valve itself is typically located on or near the intake manifold, where it can effectively introduce exhaust gases back into the air-fuel mixture. If the sensor fails or reports excessively high voltage, it may fail to appropriately manage the EGR valve, leading to performance issues or increased emissions. Identifying the potential causes of DTC P0406 helps focus the troubleshooting process. First, a failure in the EGR valve position sensor itself may cause high output voltage, preventing the PCM from receiving accurate data regarding valve position. Second, a short circuit in the EGR L line, which connects the sensor to the PCM, could lead to incorrect voltage readings, indicating a malfunction. Lastly, an internal failure within the PCM could also result in erroneous voltage feedback, triggering the DTC. These potential causes highlight the importance of checking not only the sensor, but also the wiring and the PCM for faults during the diagnostic process. When DTC P0406 is triggered, a few symptoms may manifest, primarily observable through the vehicle's performance metrics. One of the most immediate signs is the activation of the check engine light on the dashboard, indicating a problem that needs attention. Drivers may also notice a decline in engine performance, as the high voltage condition can affect the EGR system's functionality, leading to less efficient operation. As a result, there could be increased emissions, primarily NOx, contributing to environmental concerns and potentially failing an emissions test. Recognizing these symptoms is crucial for timely intervention and repair to restore the vehicle's optimal functioning. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0406 is to check the current status of the DTC. This involves connecting a diagnostic scan tool to the vehicle's OBD2 port to read the DTCs stored within the PCM. One should review the freeze frame data associated with the DTC, which includes critical parameters at the time the error was detected. This data can include engine RPM, vehicle speed, coolant temperature, and other relevant conditions. It provides insight into the vehicle's operational state when the fault occurred, and helps pinpoint whether external factors may have contributed to the high voltage condition reported by the EGR valve position sensor. Additionally, ensuring that the EGR system was functioning correctly before the DTC was triggered is essential for a thorough evaluation. The second step requires inspecting the EGR valve position sensor itself for any visible signs of damage or wear. Physical inspection may reveal issues such as corrosion or broken connectors, which could disrupt the electrical flow and lead to high voltage readings. Along with inspecting the sensor, it's essential to examine the associated wiring and connectors for any potential shorts or disconnections. A short circuit in the EGRL line could cause incorrect voltage readings sent to the PCM, triggering DTC P0406. If any damage or wear is detected, replacing or repairing the faulty components should be prioritized to ensure the EGR system restores proper functioning. In this third step, the EGR valve position sensor needs to be tested using a multimeter to check its voltage output. The specifications for the sensor should be consulted to confirm whether the output voltage falls within acceptable parameters. If the voltage output is found to be 4.89 volts or more for an extended period, it confirms that the sensor is malfunctioning. Additionally, check the sensor's resistance and perform any necessary continuity tests to ensure the wiring runs correctly from the sensor to the PCM. If the tests indicate that the EGR valve position sensor is faulty, it will need to be replaced with a new OEM-approved component to restore proper function to the EGR system. The fourth troubleshooting step requires inspecting the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, for any internal failures that could be causing the high voltage condition reported by the EGR valve position sensor. Since the PCM controls the EGR system, its functioning is critical for proper operation. High voltage issues may indicate internal malfunctions, such as programming errors or component failures within the PCM itself. Disconnecting the PCM and inspecting its connectors for damage or corrosion is key, as poor connections can also lead to erroneous voltage readings. If internal failure is suspected, reprogramming or replacing the PCM may be necessary. This step, if completed successfully, can ensure that the EGR system works correctly and that the DTC P0406 is resolved. After repairs are completed, the next step is to clear the DTC from the PCM using a diagnostic scan tool. This action resets the onboard computer so that it can monitor the system again without previous errors affecting its functions. Following this, conduct a test drive under conditions similar to where the malfunction originally occurred. Monitoring the vehicle during this test drive is essential as it allows you to assess if the DTC reappears or if any symptoms resurface. If the check engine light illuminates again, further diagnostics will be required to identify ongoing problems. Successful completion of this verification process confirms that the repairs accomplished have fixed the issue. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.